Hi everyone, welcome to Into the Wild. Before we get on to today's show, Nadia and I would like to remind everyone that whilst Into the Wild is a super accessible show, we do occasionally let out the odd swear word. So if you're a young nerd, make sure you tell your parents that. And if you're someone that doesn't like swearing, then I'm sorry for all the shit, piss, fucks and wanks.
Right, you can start the show whenever you're ready.
No, you can't just throw that at me.
I fucking can. Start the show.
All right, the show started. Welcome to Into the Wild. Buckle
That was
up.
so aggressive. We can't start with that kind of energy. Well, we have.
Well, you started by turning up with a beard. I feel like this is matching you.
Why is beard energy aggressive energy? It's actually a goatee, I think you'll find.
What's the difference between a goatee and a beard? Oh, because you've got none on the side of your face.
I've got none on the side. Look, for the listeners, I've currently got a goatee. There's a reason why. Is because I just couldn't be bothered to shave since.
Sorry, no,
we got back.
You're getting it wrong. A beard is somebody that doesn't shave. A goatee is a choice.
Yeah, I'm getting to it. So I had a bit of a beard, Ryan's version of a beard, since Namibia because I couldn't be bothered to shave when I got back. I was very tired. Not because of the company, because of the travel.
Specifically.
And then my lovely housemate invited me out for some beers last night with some friends, but I got the invite just as I started shaving. So I'd shaved this bit here, and then I got the invite. And I thought, well, if I carry on shaving, I'm going to be very late. So I just thought I'd shave the sides and commit to a goatee for a few days.
So Ryan has friends. I actually think it suits you. I don't know why. I don't know why you choose to get rid of it. I actually think it looks great.
It makes me look older.
No, but it like not that older. You're still young enough that it doesn't age you in a bad way.
Okay, well.
There's no greys in it, eh?
Oh, I hope not. But that's the thing. When you start growing hair, that's when you find the greys.
Yeah, no, it looks great. I think keep it. I've made my peace.
Well, that's reassuring. I'm so glad you've made your peace with my face.
Oh, how are you?
I'm okay. This is now the longest that we've not seen each other for.
I know.
Been a week. Spent a week together, and then today...
Just under a week we've been apart. Has that been peaceful for you?
Yeah.
Hasn't it?
No, it's been all right. I've missed you, though.
I've missed you too, waking up next to you.
So for listeners, Nadia and I, we were in Namibia for a week, just over, recording for a new series of a podcast. What have you missed the most about me since we
didn't expect
parted?
that question.
What's wrong with that question?
I have missed how you can go get things for me when I say go get things for me.
What have you not missed about me?
Everything's a joke.
Why did you got that answer so much quicker than you got about things?
Do you know what? My favourite times of the day are like the last hour before bed and the first hour in the morning. And they're both of the times that you feel you're a bit tricksy.
Tricksy?
It's
Especially
just
before
like,
bed.
I'll yawn and then it'll be a topic of conversation.
Yeah, but, I just like to narrate.
Everything. No, it's been an absolute joy. We agreed this. We travel well together. What have you missed about me?
What have I missed about you? What have I missed about you? I've missed, this is so specific, I've missed witnessing kind of flamboyant shopping, Nadia.
Oh.
The whole character.
I love a supermarket in a different country.
But I've never seen a human actually walk in the way that you walk in a supermarket.
It's a space I feel very confident in.
It showed, yeah. Even though we were in like a small town in rural Namibia, you were very confident walking in that supermarket.
I know. I spot all the good things, like that mustard that came in a tankard.
I remember tankard mustard, yeah. That was a good hour.
Oh no, it's really
good.
We've got a lot of work to do. Huh?
Do you want me to, you haven't asked me what I've not missed about you. I just thought,
didn't
fair's
think
fair.
I just thought there's no point asking you a question that you haven't got an answer to.
I've prepared a list.
Go on.
You're a very early riser.
Yeah.
And I don't miss you trying to figure out how every door at every lodge we stayed in works.
I honestly, the experience you had of me was Nadia trying to be quiet.
Yeah. And failing.
Like if I was in a mood with you and I was passag trying to be loud.
That's what I thought had happened. I thought I pissed her off because there's no way someone needs to try and shut a door 17 times to figure out how it closes at 5:30 a.m.
I know, but hey, the early bird gets the worm. What did I get because I got up early?
An eagle owl.
Superb views of an eagle owl, you see, as you
true.
dozed. Yeah, but more to come on that.
You went for a nap in the afternoon. I didn't, and I saw the herd of elephants with a baby.
Yeah,
so
that is true.
It goes both ways.
Literally, this is where these phrases come from. The early bird gets the worm, and you snooze, you lose.
It is where they come from. You're absolutely right. Well, welcome to I can't even remember what episode this is. Episode 8, I think we're on, of Series 2 this year. And excitingly, nerds, it's a Nature Room 101. Even more excitingly, it's the Nature Room 101, one of them that we've recorded at Global Birdfair.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Are you looking forward to hearing it back?
I really can't wait to hear it back because I remember laughing hysterically for an hour. So...
Well, before we get onto it, we've got to start with our segments. Let's do nature news first. Do you want to go into it or do you want me? You started the podcast with such beautiful energy, so I better start the segments.
Beautiful energy, yeah. Keep on the beautiful energy.
I'll get it. Nerds, strap yourselves in. It's time for... Nature News. Okay, what you got? You go. You start.
I'm going to go. This is a piece in The Guardian that really made me laugh just because of the headline.
Oh, okay.
So this is a piece from today, which was wildlife officials on Alaska Island urge all residents to help find one possible rat. And the subtitle is "Search for Rat That May Not Exist" is part of a long-standing effort to keep rats off remote but ecologically diverse islands.
Wow. Just the one rat.
That crucially may not exist.
Is this just like we're trying to keep rats away? Is this just to encourage people to look out for rats? Or is there a specific rat?
Apparently there is a rat that may not exist. So this is one of Alaska's, it's called Alaska's St. Paul Island. And basically we know that rats that arrive on islands that aren't used to having rats can cause a whole load of damage to bird populations, particularly ground nesting bird populations.
Yes,
and
of course.
So there's this alert that there's a rat somewhere, so everybody now has to start looking in the long grass. I like this just as like a bonding exercise for people that live on the island.
Well, I think so. That's what I thought. Maybe it was kind of like a marketing thing, almost, to build community, and although it's quite an aggressive way to do so.
Yeah. They've not said what they'll do to the rat when they find it.
Oh, they kill it, surely.
Well, I mean, yes.
What else are they going to do with it?
Oh, yeah. So that really made me chuckle. But also, it also reminds me
with the rat?
How nice it is that there's an island where, there aren't any rats. And, if we tried to say, we've just spoken about this before, if people were like, right, we need to get rid of grey squirrels, that's an effort. But when you've just got one rat, it's absolutely possible. Also, can I just say, this is off the back of the fact that I got back from Namibia to find out we now have rats living in the house. So every wall cavity, I can just hear things crawling up and down. So now I'm very proud to be cohabiting with Lucy Lapwing, rats, mice and voles.
It's on brand. You can't argue with that.
So I'm looking for every hole to plug at the moment.
Okay. Well, Godspeed with that. Luckily, rats are famously easy to get rid of. That's not true. So, God bless.
Come on, what have you got?
Well, mine's not too happy, but I feel like it's very important. So we usually try and keep news lighter on nature news for the nerds, but nerds, forgive us here because it's important we talk about this. Butterfly Conservation have released the results of the big butterfly count everyone took part in this summer, just gone. It's the 14th year they've run it, and this was the lowest number of butterflies spotted per count in that 14-year history. And, we could sit here and talk about the reasons why, but we know habitat destruction, climate breakdown and pesticide use in the UK have essentially taken their toll. One of the things that we as a nation could be doing is restoring habitat, but we're also fighting with the climate crisis that me and Nadia have very much seen in the last 2 weeks. But we are having it here in the UK as well with increased rains, or just out of season rains as well. I will say that with warmer temperatures, we had a very wet winter, very wet start to the year, which animals like butterflies and numerous other insects don't favour well in at the beginning. And it's been a very wet summer as well. So that's there's lots of things that have impacted there, but there is a call to action as well. So in the link to the write-up of the show, where we'll hyperlink it, have a look there. Butterfly Conservation are urging everyone to demand the government to take action to save butterflies and moths with an open letter. So you can sign that and put your name behind that. The more people that show that they care about these things, obviously, we hope that government take a look at that. And there's, like I said, there's numerous ways that we can take action across every sector, really, that the government kind of have a part to play in as well. So not great news, but important news for us in the UK to care about these animals, such as, butterflies and moths. And I think it was evident this year, looking at plants like Buddleia and just seeing no activity on.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah. So, not great,
really
but
sad.
there you go. Right up in the write-up of this show, guys, send your letter of support or put your name behind that Butterfly Conservation's open letter.
Yeah, and I mean, even go further than that. Email your MP.
Yeah.
It is, people quite often don't, people often think that it just goes into nothing. I know from talking to MPs that when they hear from their constituents, it does make a difference. So, and also people are always a bit bereft as to what to do. Ryan's just gave you an action. Also, just email your MP. Yeah. This is an hour's worth of work. Get on and do it. The butterflies cannot email.
Absolutely. Anything else on your side, nature news?
Well, it's a little one. This is from last month, but I remember listening to this when I was driving and I cried.
Oh, because of good.
But also, there's a joy thing in this, right? Okay. So, one half of the world famous gay penguin couple has died.
Oh no!
So you know Sven and Magic, which are, is it Gentoo or Gentoo?
I would say Gentoo.
Gentoo penguins. There's a kind of this famous couple of penguins. These two males, which started a relationship. They actually raised a young that they had like an egg that was abandoned by a female. They gave it to these two males. They've raised it. They became quite famous. These two penguins. I remember hearing about it at the time, just thinking, "Oh, that's really, really lovely." And also, just a reminder that nature doesn't follow this kind of heteronormative. No one's heteronormative's not a thing, right? Everyone's gay. And it just totally reminds us that they had this really close relationship. And this is the thing that really just made me bawl my eyes out on the M1. Oh, it was the M6. They actually took Magic, who's 8 years old, to see Sven's body to help the penguin understand that his partner wouldn't return.
Oh my God.
And he immediately started singing. And then all of the penguin colony started singing.
Oh, stop.
No, I know. Just after seeing the body, how just beautiful is that?
Well, that's going to stay with me for the week.
They've been together for 6 years.
Oh, Magic. Oh, that's so sad.
Magic, we're thinking about you. Loss is really hard, but we hope that your colony will support you.
Oh, God. Well, there you go, nerds. I hope you've enjoyed the nature news.
That was a roller coaster.
One rat about to be killed, butterflies are fucked, and Magic and Sven are over.
Oh, God. Actually, I specifically thought I'd pick things that would bring a smile. You've made them dark.
Yeah, well, I can't. Just reacted to a very sad story. Anyway, I think we should move off nature news before our nerds get a bit down in the dumps. Good job it's a comedy episode this month. Okay, nerds, we're just going to do our last segment, which you all know what's coming up. It's time for the
Royal Entomological Society segment of the month.
Okay, so the RES are at New Scientist Live at the London's Excel Centre on the 12th and the 13th of October, where you can meet live insects, hear about the work the RES does, and learn more about potential careers in entomology. On the 30th of October at the Think Tank Museum in Birmingham, there's a talk on feeding the future with insects. Grab your tickets to go along to learn if this is a path that the world needs to start exploring more. And finally, the RES have a new book out called Insects, which is grounded with the latest research and written by members of the RES. It will teach you all you need to know about the wonderful world of bugs. And that's the end of the Royal Entomological segment of the month. Hey nerds, it's Ryan here. This is a quick reminder from Nadia and myself to say if you would like to help and support Into the Wild, then you can do so by visiting www.ko-fi.com/intothewildpod. The link is in the write-up of this episode. Anything you give, even the price of a non-London coffee, which is £3, goes straight back into the show, and we greatly appreciate it. Okay, there we go. There's the news from the Royal Entomological Society. And now, Nadia, all we got to do is jump in to our episode. And I'm so excited to show this. What I will say, nerds, before we get going is we had zero control over this recording. So if there's any kind of blips or crackles throughout this live recording, we do apologise. It was recorded on our behalf and sent to us. So we've not been able to do anything to it. So yeah, we hope you enjoy it. It's Nature Room 101.
I mean, also, I think the other warning is that, the views held on our panel are passionately their own. For some reason, Nature Room 101 brings out a side of humanity that still amazes me.
Yeah, same.
In fact, even to the point when we went out in Windhoek for dinner on the last night we were in Namibia, and it turned into a Nature Room 101 to just extraordinarily aggressive views.
About slugs and hornets.
Hornets.
This was one of two shows that we recorded live at Global Birdfair. This one features the wonderful Nick Baker, Lucy Lapwing, and Hannah Bourne-Taylor sharing their dislikes on certain topics and putting them forward to me and Nadia and the audience to decide which one's going to get put into the Nature Room 101 vault for good. There are some very weird things that come up. We talk about menopause for a bit. We talk about long johns.
That was a hairy moment.
Curlews get a shout out in the way you're not going to be expecting. It was a tense show, but it was very funny, and I can't wait for you lot to listen to it back. So yeah, should we just jump straight into this?
Let's
go.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm all right.
How are we doing, Global Birdfair? We well? Nice. This side of the room, give me a cheer.
Okay, this side of the room, give me a cheer.
This side of the room.
This side of the room. Nice.
This side of the room, you're better than them. Come on.
Okay, one more time. Oh, okay.
Right, now just you.
Way.
That was better than I thought it was going to be, I won't lie. Welcome to Nature Room 101 by Into the Wild. I'm just wandering around with a pint. Welcome to the show. It's lovely to have you here. Thanks so much for coming down. This is our first ever live recorded show.
Is it? Together?
Yeah, together. We've never recorded a show live.
He's done it without me, but he's decided to allow me out.
Yeah, we've never done this before, so everything we're saying, everything that's going to be said this afternoon has never been recorded live on the show before, so anything could happen. We could swear.
Hang on. Can we can we do an age check?
Yeah, sorry, are there kids in here?
We can swear.
Cool, yeah, you're going to learn some new words. Okay. This is going to be fun and exciting. Give me a cheer. So our podcast is called Into the Wild. Give me a cheer if you've listened before. Oh, okay, that was healthier than I thought it was going to be. That's good. Give me a cheer if you've never listened.
Ah, new listeners.
Cool.
Okay.
We should explain what the fuck's going on, though.
What is Into the Wild?
Or Nature Room 101.
Well, specifically Room 101.
So this is Nature Room 101. Basically, we are all a fan of the natural world. We love it. It's beautiful, but you can't love it all, right? There's some things that you absolutely hate and you want to get rid of forever. This is where this show comes alive, right? This is all about the things that people don't like about nature. We're throwing in. And this, Nadia, what is this?
This is our non-permanent Room 101. This is our travel version. The vault that we use for Room 101 is usually larger than this, but obviously we can't bring it on the road.
No.
So this is our travel version. Shall I...
Don't open it.
Okay. This is our vault for Room 101.
Our vault, our IKEA's finest. So basically, what's going to happen is we're going to have some guests come on stage. We've got them some categories. They've got to pick their thing, sell it to me and Nadia, and with the help of you lot, you help us decide which one's going in. But before we get them on, I reckon this lot could actually put some things in or nominate some.
To be honest with you, if you like wildlife, there's bound to be things about nature that you don't like. That's our job on the universe, right?
Yeah,
in the universe is to take them away. And
take them away, put them in the box, they're gone forever.
So although we've got guests, and we always have guests on the podcast that do it, I'm sure that you as well have things that niggle.
Yeah, that you don't like. Like maybe it's a weather type, maybe it's a species, maybe it's an environment, maybe it's some sort of legislation, maybe it's some sort of nature connection, could be anything. Anything you don't like. So this is your chance. Who's got something you want to put forward, and me and Nadia decide whether it's worthy to go in the box. This hand was up too quick.
Straight away.
Go on. Ringneck parakeet.
Okay, all right, okay.
Sorry,
For
no,
example.
sorry. That got a bigger fucking applause than it got when we went on the stage, and I'm not happy about that. Okay, so ringneck parakeets. I've got to ask why, even though it's obvious, but why?
I used to live in Walton-on-Thames, which was epicentre for ringneck.
Was the epicentre
It was.
ground zero for ringneck parakeets?
I kid you not. 5,000 in a group of poplar trees just up the lane.
Pricks. Right.
Okay. But
5,000 in a group of trees.
But it's not as simple as that. You can't just say it and it goes in. We have to have a bit of debate.
We've got to have a chat.
We have to figure it out. But we're also going to use you to figure that out as well. So
Just to let you know, I'm from London. They're going in.
okay,
Right.
Ryan,
Just saying.
we've had a conversation about this
Going in.
before we came on stage. It doesn't work like that. We need to agree on it as a consensus, and then we
Okay.
also get the help of
Okay.
the audience. Is there maybe another example of something that might go in room 101?
Any other options? Yes.
Okay, right here. Okay.
Canada
There's
geese.
a theme.
That didn't get an applause.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got Canada geese, ringneck parakeets. We're very much on the bird vibe.
Okay.
Ticks.
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 I can get on board with ticks.
As in negatively or positively?
Positively. As in
Positive. Oh.
As in like
This is mind games you've never played before. They're going in.
So I'll tell you what, it's okay. I will just walk through the landscape and shed them off my skin.
And so then scrape them off. Okay, so we've got three good answers here. We've got ringneck parakeets, Canada geese, and ticks.
Yeah.
And we've got to pick one to go in there.
So this is a bit where we debate and we decide between each other what is the thing that we need to remove from this
For
world.
me, it's ringneck parakeets. I'm sorry. but
Above ticks.
I live in London.
I live in Scotland.
Good point. Right, okay.
All right.
As you
okay.
can see, we've
What are they
hit a
gonna do?
roadblock. Ironically, now we need their help again.
Okay. Can we get... Okay.
Okay, let's get a cheer for ringneck parakeets to go in the vault forever and gone.
Okay, can I get a cheer for ticks?
Fuck it.
Yes! Okay, well, they're going to the bottom. We're not going to open it right now.
We didn't even bother with Canada geese. We're like, fuck, fuck them. We actually really like them.
Okay, so in which case, then like, this is a slothing off. And we don't have to, like, carry on this road of, like, we love nature, we love all of nature, all nature's got a place, it's all got a thing. We can just enjoy for once getting rid of something out of our lives that we don't like. This is therapeutic.
Yeah, it is.
In which case, we will
Healthy.
open the vault, put it in, and forget about it forever.
Do you want to mime doing it?
It's just
We haven't rehearsed this.
It's just a risk
Should we
opening.
do it?
I don't know, but what's in there already?
I don't know.
It might come out. There's not. Okay, I get very into this. And so it's real. Okay, then we put
They're
it in.
gone.
Okay.
So I think all we've got to do now is welcome on stage our guests.
Yeah,
on,
absolutely,
right?
yeah.
So we've got an
All right.
amazing panel, 3 people that are going to come on and sit here, and they're going to sell their ideas to us. There's meant to be a clicker here. I need this. So should we welcome them on stage?
Let's welcome them on.
I feel like I might need to say it a bit louder so they're ready to come on. We're going to welcome on our guests now.
They're going to come on any second.
So all you got to do is clap, cheer, go wild and crazy, and welcome on stage. You got that? Ladies and gentlemen, please go wild and crazy and welcome onto stage Into the Wild's Nature and 101 panel on Friday here at Global Birdfair, Nick Baker, Hannah Bourne-Taylor and Lucy Lapwing! Over there! Yes! Over there! Over there! Right.
Yes. Well, hang on. They've only got...
Go give them that.
Okay.
Go give them. We've only got one.
Make it work.
Guys, welcome to Nature Room 101 Live. Nick, lovely to have you here.
Lovely to be here.
How are you? How's your day been?
Busy.
Busy.
It's bird fair. It's got to be good, right? This is the
It's got
one
to be
time
good.
in the year where we get to meet our family, our collective. This is what it's all about. Yeah, it's
Very-
great. It's brilliant. Brilliant day.
Very poetic start.
Was it? Oh,
No,
sorry.
I like that. No, I liked it. I liked it.
I can make it less poetic.
No, I like the
me.
positive energy. Are you?
Real
So this show's about getting angry, about ranting about things you don't like.
I
Are
can
you
get
an angry
angry.
man?
Oh yes, yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Just wait. Just
You
wait.
didn't see that. He actually locked eyes with me and said, "Oh yes,
Yeah,
oh yes,
yes.
don't fuck."
See, everyone thinks we work with wildlife, therefore you've got to be a little bit fuzzy inside, right? So everyone romanticises wildlife. We live in a world where everyone Disneyfies the natural world. But if you really, really watch and observe wildlife, there ain't nothing Disney about it.
Yeah.
That includes what they do to you, how they create angst and stress and anxiety and pain in your life. So this was a great moment to get my own back on some of the species and things that wind me up. So yeah, this is a really cathartic.
To pain and misery, everyone.
Pain and misery.
Pain and misery. Here we go. You've actually toasted that, some of you.
It's cathartic. It's good. It's good for my mental health. It's just good all round, basically. So yeah.
No, I'm glad. I cannot wait to hear what you're going to be talking about on the stage. Would you like to introduce our next guest?
Yeah, and Lucy Lapwing, naturalist and also housemate of mine. And so I feel like, I mean, if you put me in there, I'm ready for it. But how are you feeling? Do you get angry?
Yeah, you know I do. I love a little rant.
Yeah?
I love a little rant.
I've seen you angry.
Have you?
Yeah. No, I've always got it wrong. Was it 8 out of 10 bats?
Bats, yeah.
Yeah, I saw another side to this.
Oh, good, yeah.
Was it wildlife related? Or was it hangover
Well, it depends if
related?
you call Chris Pack and wildlife.
Yes, we
But Lucy, you I know you so well for loving passionately the natural world, but can you lean into the dark side of?
Oh, yes.
Okay, yeah, this might be a good show.
I think this is going to be dark. I think, these are giving off dark vibes. Hannah, lovely to have you here. You were here last year along with Lucy. Are you ready to be back in front of the vault to put your things in?
Yes, I am.
And I know you like your anger and your sarcasm and your rants, so are you ready to do that in front of these lovely people today?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, a bit of mystery at the end here. Not quite sure where that's going, but I'm excited to find out. So we've picked 3 categories. We've thought long and hard about them. So long and hard that we picked the same ones we did last year. That's how long and hard we thought about it. But they worked very well. So we're going to go on to our first category, which is bastard birds. Now, we're at Global Birdfair. You don't like them all. Don't lie to me, all right? There's definitely a bird people don't like, and you lot are about to tell us which bird you're going forward and putting in to this Travel Nature Room 101 vault. So, Nick, we're going to start with you. Out of all the birds globally, which bird are you putting forward for me and Nadia to put in that vault?
So there's lots of birds, and it's very difficult this because we quite like birds, and there's lots of birds that can wind you up from time to time, but it's usually a reflection on your inability to see them, really. But there is one, and you didn't specify a species, okay? So I'm going to go for a bird.
An individual.
An individual bird, okay?
This is personal shit, Nick.
Dark.
Yeah, and it is a red date. Well, it's a red listed bird. It's in decline.
It better not be a swift.
It gets better. No, I like the swifts are cool. Swifts are cool. They get up late. I moved to Scotland. Right, everything about that move was brilliant. So I moved from Dartmoor to Scotland. I've now got pine marten in the garden. I've got red squirrels. It's just crested tit within 2 minutes of my house. Even capercaillie. It's a great place.
Sorry, did that get a whistle? Did someone go?
Sorry.
Oh yeah, I got capercaillie.
Oh Jesus!
So
Things are going well.
what I'm getting at here isn't. I'm not bragging about where I've moved to. The issue is daylight hours. Okay, so it gets light really early. So in the summer, it hardly gets dark. So I've invested in expensive blackout curtains.
Yeah, nice.
I'm a very light sleeper.
Things are going well.
But there's one. I can't swear because it's a family. I really want to, but there's one bird.
I mean, we have.
Nick,
Babe.
you can swear.
No, I can't. No. I've seen people being banned from the bird fair for swearing, so I'm going to be a good boy.
Nick, watch this. Fuck.
No. All right.
Nothing's happened.
I can go harder than that.
Don't. We're not that safe.
I'm just drifting off to sleep. It's only just got dark. It's about 1:30 at night, right? I'm just going to sleep, and then an hour later, it starts singing outside my window, and it's a fucking song thrush.
Singing?
Oh, no.
A song thrush singing outside my window, and it sings. No, I love song thrushes, don't get me wrong, mostly. But this one has a particularly... Was that
just ignore it.
too? But okay. This one, they repeat their song, right? So song thrushes, they repeat phrases in their song, and some of them are quite interesting. This one does the dullest repeats. It's the same individual, so it does the same sort of repeats every day, and it just goes from like 2:30 in the morning all day, and then into the evening, and just as it gets dark, as I said, about 1 o'clock, it goes quiet for about an hour, and then it starts again. So there's one bird I want to wipe out. It's sitting in a tree. It's got a song perch in a tree outside the window. Now, I've got a choice. I could remove the song perch, but it's a tree I'm rather fond of. And I've got to think, well, I can't replace that tree. It'll take about 100 years to replace it. So
Sorry, where's this going?
As an ecologist, I figured we wouldn't miss the one song thrush that's singing outside my window. Even though it is a red-listed species, it's in decline, that one individual is not significant to the population. I've also figured, because he sings all day and most of the night, he must be a bit of a loser, right? So genetically, he's singing because he can't get a mate, okay? So he's actually worthless as far as the species goes. So his genes are bad.
Oh my God.
He's obviously pissed off all the female thrushes in the area. So I want to put him, just him, no other song thrush, because they're all the rest are lovely. I want to put him in 101.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
An applause? An applause?
All I'm imagining now is Nick, like, in his high street in Scotland with someone annoying him going, well, he's contributing nothing to society. Let's fucking get rid of him. Let's go. Not helping the population.
I do have a firearm certificate, and the only thing that's stopping me using it is obviously it's bad PR for myself. Is there's no what I call safe backstop. There's no backstop. I'd end up breaking a neighbour's window. So I figured that. He just has to go. I don't know how. I haven't actually...
We're floating on bird fair becoming game fair here. We're very careful. Be careful.
How many years have you had this particular male?
Well, I think he might have been there last year as well. It just began to wind me up a little bit last year.
Okay.
But my wife was snoring a lot last year, so I had something...
There's a correlation. Okay. We're getting a bigger picture.
It's of a certain age, as in there's a word that no one tells you about as a male. In fact, apparently a lot of females aren't told about. So there's a thing called menopause, right, which clicks in. And apparently it changes quite a lot of things, including snoring. Who knew? I certainly didn't. So obviously she's sorted that out now. She's not snoring so loudly. So now the next thing that's annoying me is the thrush.
You've just got...
Sorry.
Thrush,
the menopause was ignoring you, and now the thrush is a problem.
When I say
got compounding issues.
We've moved off of birds.
Compounding issues. Okay, so the particular male song thrush is the first candidate. I think there's probably people who can resonate. Like, I reckon, like, most people that I meet that are, like, not into bird watching or no birds, but will tell me that they don't like a great tit, for example. There's a thing outside their window that seems to, like, be present. So I kind of get it as a cultural thing. I'm interested to see how we can top. I like sleep, so I don't know.
I like sleep.
Do you?
God, we connect on so many levels, don't we? Just keeps coming. Pops up. Do you want to find out our next one?
Yeah. All right. Should we go, Lucy?
Lucy, what you
Come
got?
on, Lucy.
Oh, I am so nervous about this.
Beat that.
Right. So first of all, I'm actually stepping in for Mary Colwell today, who was supposed to be here. Love Mary's work. You might be able to see where this is going.
You're not. You're not.
Hear me out.
The tension in the room.
I just don't like the curly beaks. No, I'm joking. Curlews, I love curlews. They're beautiful, they're bubbling call, they're leggy, they're weirdos, they're great. My reason why I'd like to put them in Nature Room 101 is because they have become a poster child, a poster bird of the driven grouse industry. So we get these measures of conservation success on driven grouse moors, and it's always in the shape of a curlew. It's always, well, aren't we so great because look how many curlew we've got. And yes, that's true, there are a lot of curlew on driven grouse moors, but that's because anything that has even any chance of predating a curlew is trapped or poisoned or beaten or shot. So I love a curlew. I just wish that they weren't adopted as an emblem for an industry that I disagree with.
Interesting.
So can I just to know, but like, so you've said your piece, but just to be clear,
yes,
at the end of the day, you are putting the curlew in the vault. Because
fits in there better.
Because them's.
Yeah, you wouldn't get that curly beak in that box. Not a chance.
You have to fold them up.
You'd have to.
We crack it.
Yeah.
No, but we'd have to get in.
Just take a hammer to it.
Is it too late to retract?
No.
This has turned into a horrible show. Okay, so curlew. Okay.
Okay, all right. Well, don't worry. We'll debate it fairly.
Okay.
After we've heard of everybody's.
Hannah, you're squinting a lot and you're making me nervous. What bird are you putting forward for the vault?
Well, I nominated one, and then I told you I was going to do a different one.
An hour ago, yeah.
And then these two, one competes with one and one competes with the other. And I'm going to try and knock Nick off his perch, right? So hear me out. I've got an individual bird that I would like to put in.
Oh, you're going back?
I'm going to go back.
You're going to go back.
The other one was better, but I think Nick might be winning. So the context is I tend to rescue and hand raise birds. One of them lived in my hair for 84 days. This new one that I found is a dunnock, which is not going in room 101. So a few months ago, a neighbour knocked on my door and said, I've got this nestling, just fledgling, so like a really crap fledgling, one that would never be able to survive on its own, in my house because my bastard cat brought it in, and we don't know where to put it back. So it's not injured, bloody-wise, but we don't know where to put it, so can you help it? Can you sort it out? Because, I've got a life and you don't. Because you like birds, and I don't really care because I've got a cat that doesn't well a bell on its collar. Anyway, so I'm putting cats in the wrong
I was going to say, this is turning towards cats.
The point is, I end up lumbered with this little lump that is drop-dead gorgeous and totally needs my help for a good couple of weeks because it's got no flock, no parents, and it's this gaping little cute liability. And this little liability, I then raise because it's on its own and needs feeding, obviously, and the purpose will be to rewild it. I ended up raising it inside myself, or asleep on my chest, because it slept all the time. That's what babies do. And I slowly kind of managed to make it self-sufficient with its food as long as I gave it to him, so not at all. And on the 30th of April, it became free in my garden. And it still comes occasionally, but it's got a little creche of fledglings that it's sort of adopted. And it looks like a homeless, bedraggled little lump every single day compared with the really lovely fledglings that have got all of their family around them to look after them. But this little bird, this runt, has managed to survive against all the odds as a slightly tamed, slightly not. All the other birds in the garden, who I know quite well, are fine, except for one bloody robin. So obviously the nation's favourite bird. But this robin thinks I am not the boss of the garden, which would be right because this robin is, and I don't know whether it's a boy or a girl, and I don't care. But the point is that this robin comes in and thinks, hey, little dunnock, you little homeless scrap of feathers, I don't like you because you're in my territory, so I'm going to bully you. I'm going to bully in front of all the other fledglings, so the fledglings copy my behaviour, and I'm going to start pecking your head every time you come and try and get a little bit more food because actually you're a runt and you might not survive, and Hannah's trying to help you out, so I'm going to sabotage that. And he does it all, or she does it all the time, and I just think it's just bullying. And obviously, yes, the natural world is really vicious, but this little bird has had such a hard life to start with and has managed against all odds to survive, and then this one bird. So a little bit like Nick, I'm thinking, okay, if I just eliminated this one bird, then my dunnock that I've invested so much time into would maybe have more of a chance. And it's just this one bird that's, really damaging that life.
This round has never been so personal.
Oh my God. So my partner is a psychotherapist.
I wish he was here.
He works in nature as a way of helping people deal with their problems.
And we're going to give you his card.
So we have some aftercare for us because obviously when you open.
And if anyone else has been affected by the things said tonight, we will give you his card.
Back down again. That was deep.
That was deep. We've got to decide. Curlew, songthrush,
what are you
Robin.
leaning towards automatically? What's your gut?
I think if a man has spent £200 on curtains, that's a man that likes his sleep.
£200? Twice that.
If a man has spent £400 on curtains, that's a man that likes his sleep. And if one bird is fucking that up, gotta go.
We don't agree usually. I'm also leaning towards the thrush because I just feel like you're I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm almost leaning towards you need your sleep.
I do.
No, and I can't believe this.
Look at me. I'm not getting any younger. I need the sleep. The older you get, the more important sleep is. I'm looking at some of you. Don't worry. I won't focus on any individuals, but I need my sleep. But
98% of the room.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say that, but that's your job. But I like to think I'm doing a lot of good. Conservation in the morning, but I can only do good in conservation if I'm alert, right?
This is a new level, though. So you're thinking the song thrush is preventing conservation work?
Yes, yeah, definitely, yeah.
That's taken a new turn.
I object massively. You're going to choose
This is not a court of law.
over a hedge sparrow.
No.
His disaster of sleep. Oh God, get a room. You're not going through menopause.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute.
Oh dear. Right.
Don't you clap.
Okay, hang on. All right.
I blame the parents personally. I think you should have taught your Dunnock to stick up for itself. Yeah, well,
okay,
you've
so
become
I cannot believe Lucy picked curlew, and this is the argument we're having.
I think what's happened. So
Can I just sneak in around the
no.
back?
We're never going to put curlew in the box. Curlew will never go in the box in the show, right?
We're never going to get off this round.
Okay, right. We have got 2 more rounds. Oh my God. Okay,
Song thrush. That's my vote. Song thrush.
He has already written it down.
Because of a human.
But I wrote
He's already written
it
it
down because I thought I was ready.
Such is the power of
confidence.
but God, my feminist is making me not want to pick a man. Okay, hang on a minute.
I'm not a manly man, though.
Oh man, I feel like. Do you know what it was, Hannah? It's more like I want to spend more time talking about this with you, and we haven't got time. I feel like this is deep. Like, I just feel like this is so deep.
The Dunnock is here. Would you like...
I would love the Dunnock. I feel like at the point when you said, like, I just pictured you as Radagast, like, the wizard.
Oh, I get told that all the time.
Oh, yeah, I know. And then I never got off it and maybe stopped concentrating. And just...
We need to pick a bird.
Okay, we're going to pick...
You know my vote.
What does the audience think? Can I get a noise, an audible noise for song thrush?
Not a song thrush impersonation. I don't think that was very good.
Curlew. Oh!
Oh no!
The robin.
What
did you decide?
I could not. I've never not been able to decide. I think I'm going to put song. I'm going to put song thrush in the box.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No.
Thank you.
Whoa, the audience.
It's quite literally our show. It's going in. Put that song thrush in there.
There are ticks in here, and I will let them out. Okay, it's gone in.
Right. Okay. Next round. 2 minutes on your explanations, guys, for creepy things that creepeth. Insect. Lucy. What insect are you putting forward?
I know you're going to ask me first because I forgot. I learnt the Latin name just for you.
Oh.
Lucilia Bufonovera.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to win.
AKA the toad fly.
Oh.
So last year I chose ticks. Whoever chose ticks and put that in there, thank you.
Yeah.
Horseflies was a second runner-up because whenever I get a horsefly bite...
Hang on, you put ticks in?
Somebody from the audience did, I think.
That's not
Before you came
it's a creepy thing, isn't it? Yeah, it's not an insect. No, okay, right. So
yes, Lucilia Bufonovera, if that's how you say it, is the toad fly. And my favourite vertebrate is the toad, the common toad.
Yeah, you're
because they're ugly, they're lumpy, they're warty, they're slow, and they don't give a shit. They're just not even slightly apologetic about any of it, and I just love them for it. And the toad fly is a fly that is parasitic of toads, common toads and other toads. And this fly comes and lays its eggs on the toad's face, and those little maggots hatch and they crawl inside the toad's nostrils. They'll eat. I know this is horrific, but I'm determined to claw back a point. Come on, guys. They will eat away at the toad's nose, and eventually those maggots will grow so fat on the toad that they're eating that they'll block up that toad's nostrils, and the toad will unfortunately die. And I did look this up on good old Wikipedia, which is the fountain of all truth, and it did say that up to 8% of the toad population can be infected by this fly. So it does actually have a knock-on effect on our toads, and they're adorable. So I took a photo of a toad last year that made me realise what this was. Came up to zoomed in, and I could just see this little maggot, and I googled toad maggot and regretted it. But if you ever want to do that,
it's a really strong start. It's such a strong start.
I feel physically sick.
Same.
Lucilia Bufonovera.
Well, mine is very similar, but I would actually probably vote for Lucy's, so that's not a good start. So mine is the lousefly of the swift. And I'm just going to pitch it to you. Okay, so first of all, you've got a 45-gram common swift. It's going to make this epic 9-month on the wing migrational route where it's going to cross the Sahara Desert. It's going to go all the way to the Congo Basin. It's going to be surviving storms, the Sahara Desert, human catchers. It's going to come all the way back home, probably have a nesting site that's blocked because that's what we seem to be doing. And if it manages to make it home, it's also had this burden, or if it doesn't make it home, of the lousefly. And if you've ever seen a lousefly, you'll probably be squirming right now because they are so horrible. But I don't know what the proportion is, but it's one of the biggest parasitic, like little animal monsters on. So obviously swifts can be in the palm of your hand, but this lousefly is like the size of a bottle fly. Like, it's a blue bottle size of fly. That's huge. So that's like us walking around with a rucksack that's a parasite. And we're not walking. The swift isn't walking, the swift is flying and surviving against quite a lot of really difficult things, and it's got the weight of a parasitic bastard on its back.
I think I've got friends like that.
Not that I'm trying to help you, Hannah, but I did hear a better analogy for the ratio of body size.
What is it?
It's the equivalent of humans walking around with parasitic lobsters.
Oh, but lobsters are quite cool. I wouldn't mind that. Maybe.
Yeah. What, just on you?
Depends where it's attached.
Yeah, it could be a good appendage.
I don't think you can say that until you've had a parasitic lobster. I think you need to live a day before you can go, oh, mind that. Nick.
Yes.
What you
God.
Yeah?
I'm just scratching my lobster.
What insect? This is a tough one for you.
This is really difficult. Speaking as an entomologist, I can see these have both come from a sympathy vote for a vertebrate, and you've chosen my favourite insect on Earth as to put in 101. So that's difficult. That's fighting talk.
Well, you want to say what?
No. The idea is you put the least favourite in the box. I'd be in there to take it out because I think the swift fly is one of the most incredibly evolved flies on Earth. It's incredible. They give birth to live maggots. They do a whole...
On a swift.
But the swifts, unless you're the swift, how can you even possibly... They might enjoy it. The same goes for the toad. They might like a little tickle in the nasal passages. We're being very anthropogenic here, very anthropomorphic rather.
They probably like the slow death.
So, yeah, I think so. Anyway, The point is, mine is... I brought a prop in, right?
I thought you had it with you. I was like, this is...
So these are my thermal long johns, right?
Oh, here we go.
These are icebreaker thermal long johns, the best that money can buy. And I did buy them. There's one company that hasn't given me anything, okay? And look, a massive hole in them.
Oh, right.
So
pedestrian, what you're going to say.
So open crutch, thermal
Nick,
long
you need
johns.
some talcum powder, bruv.
Yeah.
It must be your lobster.
My lobster got out, yeah. No, so that, every year, I get through a pair of these every year. Not because I wear them out, honestly. It's because there's an insect in my house. And I live in quite old houses, and it's a clothes moth. I totally appreciate what they do in the wild. I know they recycle birds' nests. And what happens is, the clothes moths go in and they recycle all the keratin and the feathers get broken down to dust and it becomes soil and it's good for everyone, right? But my my clothes moths, they don't stick to the nests. They come into the house and they hit my thermals. So anything merino in my house has been turned to that. And it's incredibly expensive. And I think, well, okay, they don't belong here. I'm providing a perfect environment for them. So I've got pheromone traps. And then I've read the small print on the pheromone traps. They only work on white-shouldered clothes moths. So I've got the wrong kind of clothes moth. So brown clothes moths are my long john nemesis. And they've got to go in.
I love that everything you've picked so far is like it's affected him domestically.
Yeah. I'm just a poor jobbing naturalist.
Expensive curtains, expensive thermals.
No, Nick, you can just hoover.
No. Hoovering doesn't do it. I've tried steaming. It's driven me to housework, this moth, which says that's how serious it is.
It's a feminist moth.
I've tried. Yeah, it doesn't work. Steaming, hoovering, ironing, doesn't work.
Don't.
What?
Because I know you fucking hate moths.
I hate moths.
I know
I love moths. I hate clothes moths. I buy a lot of vintage clothing.
You're importing them into your own house, then?
Ooh, you never thought about that, did you, babe? When
No,
you went
I
down
did
the
not.
market to get your little vintage.
So I understand the pain of that. That's all I've got. You, next.
Can I just remind you, as judges, that you're comparing your vintage clothing to an epic 9-month journey in the sky, or toads being their eyes being eaten out.
Yeah, but
just saying.
They leave the fly behind, though. They don't take it with them.
But this
You haven't
is why
seen
it's
the
hard.
shirts,
and
Hannah.
this is why our job is hard. This is why it's a 365-day-a-year job.
It is.
So
It's hard. I think I know which one I'm going for.
Wow, really?
Already.
All of a sudden.
Mainly due to the time we have left on stage.
Okay, all right.
I think I'm going. You pick yours first this time. And I'll
Oh
pick
my
which
God,
one.
this is so hard because I want to unpick all of that.
Okay, I'm going for
I'm
Toad.
not going to.
I will do all your ironing.
Oh my God, I'm going for Toad.
And she bought you that shirt.
I did buy that shirt.
I bought him that jacket. Okay, I'm gonna.
I'm not sure this is a neutral jury.
No,
Oh, we can be bought over.
you can buy him thermals.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Oh my God, this is so hard. Am I taking it seriously or am I doing it for a joke?
How the hell do I know that?
I might go. I think I'm going to go Toad also.
We're going Toad.
I think I'm going to go Toad.
Okay,
I think I'm going to go Toad.
we're going to go. Write it down, Lucy.
Quick.
It's
Put it in
Toad.
the box.
Were you all in agreement with that? How did you feel about the Toad thing? Okay, that's cool.
You got my vote, Lucy.
Redeemed.
So you want a world drowning in toads, then?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fine.
baby, climb all over me. That's going to be
You've got an
nice.
entomologist not drowning in long john.
And they make like a nice squeak, so when you're lying there and they're crawling over you, you can be like, yeah, okay, great, we're going to get those. Okay, we're having it.
Right, last one.
Okay.
Here we go. Last topic. We've got nature connection crap.
We're going to have to make it quick.
No, we got to speed this up so we can get this.
Okay.
So which form of nature connection, the ways that people out there, the public, including this lot here, connect with nature, do you think is a load of bullshit? Hannah, what are you going for? What are you putting in?
Nature reserves.
Nature reserves. Well, I know where her vote's going.
If you look at the name, it's in the clues in the name. It's a reserve, refuge. So then it reinforces the fact that nature has its own little tiny prison place, when actually nature is the whole of the landscape, including us, and we've just put it in a neat little box where we can go and visit it when we want to, and then leave it, which is really counterproductive when you're actually totally screwed without nature, and we need to encompass it all the time, everywhere.
Yeah. I'm going to clap that.
Amazing.
I shouldn't be doing that.
Very well done. Very well
good.
sold.
Yeah.
Very well sold.
Pithy as well, pithy.
Pithy.
Got the warning with the stairs.
Pithy. All right, Nick.
Oh, okay, so my turn. That's got quite serious, isn't it? I absolutely hate the monetisation of nature. So nature reserves can kind of go into that sometimes. But actually, there's two things that really... that I can't work out which is worse, but I really hate wild swimming and forest bathing. It's just called swimming and being in a wood. And you don't need to call it anything and then write some bloody book about it and then ruin it for everyone else. It doesn't need that. It does not need a website dedicated to it, because what that does, it ruins all those sites that you found over a lifetime. Now, I'm a country bumpkin, so swimming is what we did in ponds and in rivers. And now a book's out, which is giving me all the special wild swimming spots all over the UK. So I can tell you a story, but we haven't got time, where I end up exposing myself in front of a family on Dartmoor because they'd also found my wild swimming site because they saw it on a website. Anyway, the point is those two things have got to go because they are just...
That's on our Patreon later this month.
They ruin it for everybody because it makes it feel like it's a thing you've got to buy into. And actually, nature and the access of nature is a right, and it's a free right. It's something we should all do. We shouldn't have to go to buy a book about it or subscribe to some club.
So just to check, you're not putting wild swimming or forest bathing in. Are you putting the...
Rebranding.
The branding.
It's the rebranding of actual, what I call proper human rights, and making it a thing that
Gotcha.
it's giving it a brand that it doesn't need.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay,
Okay,
nice
Lucy, come on.
Okay, I told you one and I'm changing it.
You're changing it?
Whoa!
Can I just say as well, there's at least 3 different things Nick's mentioned that makes me think there's going to be a Daily Mail headline.
That's how I roll.
The air rifle, there's the nudity.
Yeah. You have got the Union Jack behind you.
So, this again, oh God.
Take pictures.
Just takes a photo
As
from
many
that
pictures
angle.
of Nick as you want with that Union Jack behind him.
We haven't got one.
So last year I went controversial again, and I've already done controversial today. I went for bird ringing last year. This year I'm going to go for something possibly more controversial. I'm going to go for bird feeding.
Whoa!
Yeah, the birds.
Oh, okay, I'm ready for
Tuppence
it.
a bag.
You all right?
Let me explain why. Because on the face of it, feeding birds is a brilliant, lovely thing to do. It's a really nice way of connecting with birds and seeing them up close. But if you just zoom out of bird feeding, let's just zoom out of what bird feeding actually is, right? We as a human species plant a plant in the ground and then we grow it, and then we'll probably spray that ground with fertilizer and maybe like herbicides and pesticides. Then we'll harvest the seeds from that. Then we'll put that in a plastic bag. Then we'll travel that hundreds of miles, maybe thousands of miles if it was grown abroad. Then we'll put it on a shelf. Then someone along will come and exchange money for it. Then they'll take that home. Then they'll tip that plastic bag into a feed, and then they'll hang it on a thing, and then a goldfinch will come and sit on it and eat seeds. Or you could just grow thistles. Yeah. Or teasels. Or any wild plant. Do you know what I mean? This is a way, again, to get us to spend money to connect with nature when nature should just be around us. And the thing is there's so many... where does bird food come from? Birds feed themselves in the wild all the time. We don't need to buy it when we can just grow it for free.
This is a hard one.
I know which one I'm going to say already.
Okay, don't tell me because
fine.
I'm still deciding.
Such a good round.
These are all really good.
These are really...
Well done.
Okay, I think I know which one, but I think we're going to need their help.
Okay.
So I'm going to get them to vote first. Sorry, I'm collectively grouping you together.
Them.
Can you give me a cheer for nature reserves?
Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, they are all one.
They are, yeah. Yeah, true. Yeah. Can you give me a cheer for the commercialisation of kind of forest bathing, wild swimming? Well, I think we have a winner.
No, wait.
Bird feeding?
Louder.
It's louder, but not clearer.
What are you on about?
It was loud, but I don't feel like it was like...
Are you judging the enunciation of my supporters?
I was a bit, yeah. What are you going for?
I'm going to go for nature reserves. I'm going to go for nature reserves because if we continue to silo land into what it should be and who is responsible enough to own it, it takes away from the fact that humans have lived alongside nature for millennia.
Yes.
And I believe that that will dispel that, and it will dispel that. Mm-hmm. That's the precursor to all of those problems.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't win the other round, right?
And fair's fair.
I understand that the majority of the UK population has been disconnected from nature for so long that actually to learn how to wild swim, to make them feel safe enough to be in water.
Just swim.
No, but for people who have never been and had access to water, like the idea that it has to be a thing that they can commodify and buy in order for them to go, oh, I didn't need to buy this all along. This is just mine and I own it. That might be their access that they need. Same way as feeding the birds.
Yep.
I fed the birds for years until I realised this is fucking bullshit. They were my access drugs to realise I can break away from the fucking Black Mirror shit that we live in. So therefore, I would put that in to get to that.
She's on one.
I'm on one.
I'm on it with her.
What's
nature.
what's
Well,
yours?
definitely nature reserves now. Yeah.
I'm
I'm not going to go. Yeah, go on, put it in.
Yay! It just says fuck off. Can we put it in?
That is the end of Nature Room 101. Thank you so much for coming along. Big round of applause for Hannah Bourne-Taylor, Nick Baker, and Lucy Lapwing, ladies and gentlemen, for being part of the show. Thank you so much. If you've enjoyed what you've watched today, this episode's been recorded. It's going to be out live, and we have shows out monthly, and we do a few bonus episodes as well. You can find us wherever you find your podcasts, Into the Wild. Find us online as well. We are doing another show recorded on the Wind Chat stage, which is just over where the kind of seating area is. We're doing Drunk Natural History at 6 o'clock. Grab a pint, come join us, and let's have some fun over there.
If you thought this was
chaotic as fuck. You wait till that happens. If you're here tomorrow, we're doing this show again at 4 o'clock with a brand new lineup with different categories and stuff like that, so come join us. But yeah, thank you so much for coming along and enjoy the rest of your weekend at Global Birdfair. Thank you.
There we go. Happy memories coming back.
Happy memories. And also, again, to remind everyone, we don't endorse all of the views shared by our panel.
So important for us to say that. It was so much fun. The second Nature Room 101 recorded at Global Birdfair with Nick Baker, Maya Bambrick, and LK. Not Nick Baker, sorry, and Nick Atchison. Maya Bambrick and LK will be out at a later date, so watch out for that. But this just leaves me and Nadia to say thanks for tuning back in to Into the Wild.
Yeah.
But more news will be coming about our brand new series for 2025, Into the Wild's journey back to Namibia. If you're not following us on social media, you know what to do. I don't even need to say that anymore. You know where we are. Come and see us. We have good chats on there. And as always, if you would like to support the show, please do. Just the cost of a coffee, £3. You can whack into the Wild. Everything we get goes straight back into running the show and all the work behind it.
If every single one of our listeners just chucked in £3, Oscar would have a good night's sleep.
He would have a home. He could finally eat.
No.
Bless him. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, nerds. Enjoy the beginnings of autumn, and we'll see you in October.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning into the show, nerds. If you don't already, make sure to follow us on social media at Into the Wild Pod on Twitter and at Into the Wild Podcast on Instagram.
And if you're able to and would like to, you can support the show by tipping us at ko-fi.com/Into the Wild Pod. That buys us the equivalent of a coffee, and we use it to fund more podcasts for your ears.
But until next time, keep well and live the good life.